Your name?
Anthony Fioretti?
This is going to be a plea to operating while impaired. They're going to dismiss the super drunk. True?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you plead to operating while impaired, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service. Court costs are all 4 points. License suspension or revocation in accordance with your record, and your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. You understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights form here today?
I did, Your
If you
Honor.
plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
I do, Your
The
Honor.
charge operating while visibly impaired. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Be operating a motor vehicle in the city of Gibraltar on Wilson near North Gibraltar on December 7th of 25 at 11:16 p.m.
I did, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol before?
I did.
What did you drink and how much?
Beer.
How many?
At least 1,000 separate water.
What else? Shots?
A couple shots, yeah.
What kind of shots?
Would have been Jameson, whiskey.
And you were involved in an accident?
I had tried to do a U-turn and I landed on the rock. Your Honor.
You had,
He was in a parking lot too.
you think that this happened at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Was this a blood draw? It was. Do you stipulate that this reading was accurate? 0.36?
This courtroom session starts off routine, but quickly spirals into a series of high-stakes decisions, shocking admissions, and tough judicial warnings. We're looking at multiple defendants, but one case stands out immediately. A man admitting to drinking heavily. We're talking a dozen beers plus whiskey shots before crashing his vehicle. And here's where it gets intense. A blood alcohol level that's not just over the limit. It's dangerously extreme. But this isn't just about punishment. It's about what happens when the court decides whether someone needs jail or a second chance through rehabilitation. Watch closely, because the judge isn't holding back. And one wrong move could send someone straight behind bars.
7?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
Pretrial services. I have an alcohol tether. After this, I had asked for it.
No. I'm asking you right now, are you on probation or parole?
No.
What about Monroe?
Monroe, it's pretrial services. It's being dismissed. It's being dismissed no prosecute.
I don't,
What kind of case is that?
It's domestic.
Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise you anything to induce you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Did you ever have a prior alcohol related?
2019, Your Honor.
He better get into the sobriety court that I have, if he's going to jail.
this is what you mentioned last time.
Good. I'm glad I'm consistent.
He has been in treatment, he's been going to AA as well, but however, he needs to get into sobriety court, he's ready to do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get printed on this case yet?
I did. After the last case, I went up to.
You ordered him last time.
Who's Thomas Fioretti?
That's my father.
So he's going to get into sobriety court?
I'm not quite sure the mechanics of that. Is that something that goes through probation?
Here's what will happen if you want to do this. And I'm not threatening you, I'm just telling you, with this breathalyzer, blood result, I should say, and you having a prior, you're going to go to jail if you don't get into sobriety court.
I understand, Your Honor.
Sobriety court, we put you on bond conditions today. You'd immediately get a SoberLink device. You'd immediately start testing at your own expense right now, 3 times a week. You'd immediately get into treatment. You'd be going to AA, 3-4 times a week, like I ordered you to do before, right? I ordered 4 times or any combination of treatment and AA.
He has been doing that via Zoom. He has notation to that.
I thought it's told them in person.
I
I did say in person. I wrote it down even. I don't know why these guys don't listen. Why haven't you been going in person?
Your Honor, I have a 50 to 60 hour week at work. I have my daughter 4 days a week.
I told you, did I not tell you to go in person? I know I did. Don't waffle on me. I mean, you got a problem here, son. No,
Yes, sir.
I mean, no disrespect.
I understand, Your Honor.
I don't know why I have to repeat myself and people just change their own, make their own orders. I mean, you can put on the robe if you want. I mean, I guess I could come over there. You can. I'm gonna let it go this time. I'm not gonna let it go again. So let me finish now. You'd be going to AA, NA, in person. You'd be in treatment. You'd be testing 3 times weekly at your own expense. You're on the sober link at your own expense. You'd have to come and meet with probation every other week, and you'll meet with me at a status review, either at 7:30 in the morning on Wednesdays or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesdays, but I'm gonna move that afternoon session to Tuesdays on May 1st. So you can either come Wednesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, starting in May. We'll put you through a bond phase. If you're compliant, we think you're serious about getting yourself some help, we'll accept you into the program. Our grant funding will be used to pay for your testing, to pay for your sober link. If you have any deductibles, we can help you with that if you're not able to afford it. So at any rate, that's your options. And I'm gonna presume that you're going to go into sobriety court.
I am your.
Okay, good. Sobriety court, but I don't want people in this that are just doing it either for a license or to stay out of jail. I gotta tell you, I've run this program. I'd rather do 90 days than go through sobriety court myself. I would. But that's not the point of it. The point of it is to get you some help so you don't kill yourself or kill somebody else. You get another one in the next 68 years and it's a felony.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So Heather, I'm gonna take a date about 5-6 weeks out, okay?
Will it be in one of my council days?
Yeah, we'll give you a date on that. So about the end of April, I'm gonna say early May, maybe.
We have Gibraltar here on May 7th.
How about that day?
Is it a Thursday?
Yes, it is.
That'll be fine.
May 7th at 8:30, okay? But you gotta go meet with probation. Give this a lot of thought, even if you change your mind. I'd rather you come and tell me now than start the program and fail it.
No, I'm fully committed to the
All
program.
right, well, that's good. Okay, good enough. Good luck. Go down the hall, get your notice, then go meet with probation.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Judge.
Right, your name?
Michael Wright.
Okay, so we have a no trailer plate, serious safety defect, no medical waiver card. File C is the misdemeanor. Does he stay in mute, waive formal rating?
Yes.
Not guilty, please entered. And then, as I understand it, he's going to plead responsible to defective commercial vehicle. That's file, the serious safety defect, is it? File
Yeah.
count 1. And he's going to plead to failure to properly display, failure to attach plate. And then they're going to dismiss the no medical waiver card, correct?
That's correct.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
And this was a commercial vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay, to that charge, failure to attach plates, sir, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
And to the charge of serious safety defect, file A, count 1, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Uh,
Should I ask for cops?
I don't know, these are simple infractions. I might give you a cops on these.
All right.
All right, and then B file, the no medical waiver file is dismissed. Did he go into default on these?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he was here February 26th. I'll set it aside. Why weren't you here February 26th?
Excuse me?
Why weren't you here on February 26th?
Should we move from one house to another?
All right, good enough. I'm accepting your plea to the serious safety defect. Fines costs on that, $325. I'll make it $300. I'll dismiss count 2. And on the failure to attach plate, $200. You can go down the hall, that's $500, pay it all, and you're done. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Give me 1 second here. Your name, sir?
Stephen Brooks.
All right, you're gonna plead impeding, right? Good. To that charge, responsible and not responsible. I'll accept the plea. 160 is your total. Cash, you're into the hall, okay?
Thought it was 150.
I do it. I charge what I charge. You have a prior 4 years ago, and that's what I'm gonna do, okay? Morning, your name? Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury the testimony you're giving these proceedings to the whole true self to you, God.
Yes.
Did you do all your community service?
No, I didn't do the 2 days. They marked it down that I did it, but I told the prosecutor I did it.
All right, I'm gonna have to check on this. Have a seat, okay? I gotta call it though. Jalen Edward Ross, 260-646605 A and B. Your name, sir?
Jalen Edward Ross.
Mr. Mays?
Judge, we have gone through his rights explicitly. He signed and executed an advice of rights form. Prosecuting attorney has agreed to dismiss the original charge of OWI super drunk for an amended count of operating while visibly impaired, dismissing the PBT ticket, and also in the comments to that, which I need a copy of before I leave, they're withdrawing the implied consent refusal under Rule 257-305 sub 4, which is scheduled for next week.
Okay.
Mr. Ross understands the maximum possible penalties and is prepared to plead guilty at this time. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you plead guilty to operating while impaired, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the super drunk and the PBT refusal. I understand your lawyer and the prosecutor have worked this out with regard to the implied consent suspension. The impaired charge will call for, you did stand mute, wait for my reading, right?
Stand mute, wait for him reading.
If you plead the impaired now, operating while impaired, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs are all 4 points. License suspension or revocation in accordance with your record. Your vehicle could be, or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice or rights form here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no trial. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Any questions before we go on? To the charge operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead?
Plead guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on West Jefferson near Sibley in the city of Trent at 2:26 in the morning on February the 7th of 26?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to that, did you drink alcohol? And if so, what did you drink and how much did you drink?
I had about roughly 7 to 8 Bud Lights, and following that, 5 or 6 Jaeger bombs.
Why were you pulled over by the police?
It was aware to me that I had fallen asleep at a light with my foot on the brake pedal, and then they had woken me up and we pulled over to the side.
And you think you fell asleep, at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
I believe it isn't drive still. My foot was on.
Yeah.
No, did you fall asleep because of the alcohol?
Into that and due to being awake for 25 hours, I was recently shifted to midnights, but that is
Okay. And when you were, okay, so you were arrested, transported to the police station and administered an intoxilizer, is that?
No, blood test, 0.19.
Blood
Stipulates
test.
the purposes.
I'm sorry. Okay, and you'll stipulate that was an accurate reading?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole, Mr. Ross?
No.
Anybody in the world forced you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted to impaired driving. I'm dismissing the super drunk. I'm dismissing the PBT refusal. I'm going to order a screening and assessment. You'll go down the hall, you'll get your court date, which we're going to give you, and then you'll go back over to probation, fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed. I'm going to give you $1,000 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. Here are your bond conditions. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. I want you to attend a 12-step meeting twice a week in person. My court officer is going to get into a form. Every time you go, you have to have that form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring that form with you. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll give you the court date now. We'll see if this is good with you, Mr. Mays.
Sure.
What do you have for me, Heather?
Judge, we could do, how about April 23rd at 8:30?
Good that day?
23rd. I can't remember. Do I have Gardner here that morning? Is that here? I'm drawing a blank. I've got
I think that's next week, isn't it? Or the week after?
April 23rd, or I'm sorry, which one is he looking for?
23rd is kind of full. I thought for some reason I may have a hearing here already. I've got a 9:15 in Romulus.
I can give you another date. It's not a big deal. What other day do I have with Trenton?
Well, we have April 7th in the afternoon. We're getting kind of full that day.
April 7th in the afternoon? That's my mother's birthday. I want to go to, I don't want to be working too hard that day. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
home.
we're kind
Take her
of
out to
full that
lunch.
afternoon, Judge. That's why I'm trying to push everything to our next Trenton day, the 23rd.
Can you do the 23rd or not? If you can't, you
I
can't.
can do the afternoon.
We'll do 1 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll do it April 23rd at 1 p.m. Okay?
Thank you.
There was no, actually, Heather, we don't really, there's not gonna be any restitution here. Do you want to just give me a Monday or something?
I can do that, Judge.
Let's just do a Monday.
Or you want to do a Monday, or we could even do on like one of our probation days too, a Tuesday.
Fine, either one.
How about, does April 14th work for you?
How's that?
Sure.
April 14th at 8:30.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Anything else, Mr. Mays?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Good luck, sir. Thank you. All right. Good morning. You're charged with driving while suspended, and you have 2 civil infractions, expired plate and no proof of insurance. You have the right to an attorney. If you want one, I will give you one. If you want a lawyer,
I'm not.
I'm going to go ahead and arraign you then. I'll explain the charges. I'll send you to the prosecutor. On February the 18th and 26th, it is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle on King near Douglas and Trenton at 3:10 p.m. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail. Costs are all those at 2 points. Do you understand that? And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights form? If you plead guilty at any time, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that? You also have 2 other charges, expired plate and no insurance. Those are civil infractions. Do you understand that? You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer? I'll enter a not guilty plea. I'll enter a plea of denials on these civil infractions. $500 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You go out in the hall, and he's going to set you up with the city attorney for Trenton. And you'll go talk to the city attorney. Either way, you're coming back in front of me, okay? All right, good luck. Harold, Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd Reed, the fourth.
All right, you are charged with leaving the scene of a property damage accident. You have the right to a lawyer. Would you like a lawyer?
No, thank you.
On February 7th of 26, it is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle and that you did leave the scene of that motor vehicle following an accident that occurred on Jefferson near South Gibraltar in Gibraltar at 1 o'clock in the morning. That is a misdemeanor, and it's got rather severe consequences, up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those 6 points would be added to your traffic record. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial or a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
With the 6 points on my license, how many are you allowed to have in the state?
You're allowed to have 11 before they suspend you, but I haven't seen your record yet. I'd get a lawyer. I'll give you a lawyer. $100. You don't want a lawyer?
I just want to get it over with.
You don't want to be that quick about this one, okay?
I'll take a lawyer.
All right, not guilty, please entered. $500 personal bond. We'll give you a lawyer. This one goes to the JIB prosecutor, Mr. Balter case. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court to violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Do you understand that?
Your Honor, I believe that, I know what I did, you know what I mean? I know that I don't mean like I'm not guilty. I just don't know,
What's that?
like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll get an attorney. Does he want an attorney or the prosecutor? I
No.
don't know what the.
Hang on, slow down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just slow down. Let me talk.
Yes, sir.
You don't need to fall on the sword here. Go let the lawyer help you, okay?
Who's the lawyer?
We're gonna set you up. Go out in the hallway. Nobody's trying to take up your time unnecessarily. We're just trying to be fair.
Luke Anthony Grant, who's the 5 o'clock. Please state your name, sir.
Luke Anthony Durant.
Where is, who'd you talk to today on this?
I spoke to Mr. Maloney, sir.
Let's get Mr. Bologna in, guys, and John, if you can.
Someone left something over here, Judge.
Okay, thanks. Get back.
Thanks.
Just give me a second. I don't.
Yeah.
Your name?
Anthony Boyer, Your Honor.
So this could be a plea to loitering under, is a civil infraction, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, you're the prosecutor. That's up to you. I try not to get involved in what you guys do, but this is what it says on the bottom there, Mr. Durant. Durant is the homeowner, and the police have had 5 separate incidents that we were dispatched for: alleged kidnapping, hit and run, paraphernalia, MDOP, and overdose, along with numerous noise complaints.
Judge, let me respond to that. My client, was foolish enough to be helpful to some people who didn't deserve help. That alleged kidnapping charge had nothing to do with Mr. Durant. There was a misunderstanding between a person that lived at the premises along with a former boyfriend.
I don't need to hear it. You're satisfied. You knew this allegation on the bottom, right?
Yes, Your Honor, we know additional facts and there was.
Good enough. Good enough. I don't need to hear it. To the charge loitering, how do you plead, sir? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, $160 is your total. Dismiss the original charge of disorderly places. Hopefully everything's going to work out over there, okay? Good luck. Right,
Judge,
Jeff?
we're gonna need some time to get Mr. Durant.
How much time?
Probably about 2 weeks. He's also gonna be listing the house too. He's been recently as well.
Okay, April 10th.
Judge, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Brooks, are you here? Your name, sir?
Tyler Carlos.
All right. This is a charge operating while intoxicated. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. Do you want a lawyer?
Please.
All right, we're going to set you up with a lawyer. And you are all set. Just go out in the hallway. My court officer will set you up, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor.
All right, so you met with the prosecutor today, correct?
Yep.
And you are going to plead guilty to the added count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And they are going to and you're also going to plead responsible to no insurance. True? And they're going to dismiss the drive while license expired because that will carry with it 2 points. The possible penalties on the allowing unlicensed driver to drive are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. Do you understand that?
I'm supposed to do a road test, but they're all booked up for like 2 weeks. I have one scheduled for on Saturday.
Did you sign an advice of rights today? No, you didn't. Got to have you guys sign advice of rights when you come in.
I wanted to do the road test this weekend and come in on Monday and show you guys.
He's offering you this now. I don't know what you're talking about. You got to sign the advice of rights. Have a seat at the table. He'll hand it to you. Read it, make sure you understand it, and then sign it. People against Laya, or most of us here in the courtroom. I don't know 2 languages. What's your name? Okay. Will you do me a favor? Tell Mr. Leia, are you his friend or? I'm going to get him a Spanish interpreter.
Okay.
I'm not going to arraign him today. We are going to give you a new date. We're going to reset the arraignment and pretrial. Will you tell him that and tell him I'm going to give him an interpreter right now? Comprende? Does he understand?
He understands you.
All right, we're going to give you a new date. What date am I going to give him, Heather?
Judge, I have Evelyn coming on the 23rd at 9:30 for another one, so hopefully
fine.
she can do this one also.
Let's have her come here at 9:30 on this one, April 23rd at 9:30. Will you tell him that, please?
He understands.
Okay, so go down the hall and get your notice and we're all set.
Thank you.
Evans.
This courtroom session gives us a powerful look at how the justice system balances accountability with rehabilitation. We saw multiple cases, but the central theme remained the same. Decisions made in moments of poor judgment can carry serious legal consequences. In the first major case, the defendant avoided immediate jail, but only under strict conditions tied to sobriety court. That decision reflects a growing trend in the legal system, focusing not just on punishment, but on preventing future harm. Meanwhile, other defendants faced fines, bond conditions, or were advised to seek legal counsel, showing how each case is handled based on its specific risks and circumstances. The biggest takeaway? The court isn't just reacting to what happened, it's trying to prevent what could happen next. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the judge made the right call in pushing for sobriety court instead of immediate jail time? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.